Order the Lincoln City Urban Renewal Agency meeting of July 14th, 2014. Roll call, please.
Roger Sprague.
Here.
Dick Anderson.
Here.
Gordon Eggleton.
Here.
Gary Ellingson is excused. Chester Norakis.
Yep.
Wes Ryan.
Here.
And Henry Quant.
Here.
And we welcome the huge gallery that we have here this evening.
It's veritably huge.
And looking over the gallery, I'm trying to determine whether there are any citizens that would like to talk before the Urban Renewal Agency, but seeing none, I guess we will go on. We have before us the minutes of two meetings, June 9th and June 23rd. Comments or additions? Maybe we should take them one at a time. Let's do the June 9th first. Any additions or corrections? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second it.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. Same thing with June 23rd. Is there a motion?
So
or a
moved.
Correction? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. Okay, we have a special order of business, the construction contract award for the West Devils Lake Road Pump Station. Public Works is here. Our city attorney, our engineer, excuse me.
Good evening. So we're here tonight to ask for approval to award a construction contract for a West Devils Lake Road sewer pump station. Some background is this particular pump station originally was designed in '06 for the villages. The pump station was reviewed and approved, and it had all the approvals from DEQ. It was pretty much ready to go. However, the project was never constructed. So the plan sat there, and now that the need to offer additional capacity in order for any development to occur in that north area, the Urban Renewal Agency approved the design and budgeted for the upgrade of this pump station. So we're really happy that the project is now moving forward. What we did was HVH was the original designers of the pump station. They're a good engineering firm, and they were qualified. So what they did is they took the original plans and pretty good, reasonable price, upgraded them to 2014 standards. So we went out with that bid, solicited bids, and we received 3 bids on the project. 3 bidders were Marine Industrial Construction, K&E Excavating, and James Fowler Company. The low bid was from Marine Industrial Construction, LLC, for $1,138,224.35. We did review Marine Industrial's qualifications and history with the Construction Contractors Board. We talked to the owner of the company, asked them for some of their relevant experience with other pump stations. This is a little different than their mainstream work that they've done for 20 years, but they have recently expanded to pump stations, and we feel they have the experience and especially the management staff to manage this project. So we're comfortable asking for that award. The budget, the construction bid was a little bit higher than we'd hoped. But overall, we're within the budget, the budgeted amount, and estimated cost for this project. So we went ahead and issued a notice of intent to award. That way, if any protests came, we would have the protest period end before this meeting. And so that protest period is over. We did not receive any protests. And again, that was just an intent to award, just to notify the bidders that we had selected the lowest responsive bidder, and we were intending to get approval to award that contract. So with that, staff recommends this local contract review board award the construction contract to Marine Industrial Construction in the amount of $1,138,224.35. We're asking for a construction contingency of $50,000. So with that, I'll just open that up to the council to comment or ask questions.
Questions? Mr. Ryan?
I have, just so I can understand this, the total project budget was $1 million, correct? That's what it says.
Yes.
Okay. But then there's a chart which has a cost to date and so on and so forth. An estimated cost to complete is 1.255.6 or 1.25556.57 million dollars. But we're awarding a bid, or we're being asked to award a bid, $1,138,244.35, which is below that estimated to complete. Is that correct, or am I getting my numbers messed up?
Well, yeah, and I should have clarified. The budget was an estimate. We do have funds set aside this year that I'm not sure what the number is. Maybe Urban Renewal Director Kirk can help explain. I think we have $1.5 million total available. We estimated, i.e. budgeted, $1 million. We did think this project was going to come in, the bids were going to be a little bit lower. So when we did our engineering estimates, that's the number we were using. But I did want to point out that the cost to complete, wanted to make sure we have a total of the project costs and not just the construction costs listed on here, so y'all can see what else will be billed to this project. So if I didn't explain that correctly, I'm sure Kurt would be up explaining.
I want to run through those for the public real quick.
So these other
Sure.
costs, before you do that, these other costs are the construction contingency and so on and so on and so forth, are added to that total.
Correct. They
Okay,
will be
so
added to that total.
That would be the total cost.
Correct.
Okay, that's where I was having some issue.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just didn't explain that very well in the memo. So we spent $32,264.31 to redesign, bring the project, the plans up to today's standards, get them reapproved by DEQ and all that. The construction award, like I said, $1,138,224.35. The construction contingency, $50,000. We will also be requesting inspection and construction management in the O&M manual. So the engineer of record does need to follow this project through and at least have enough involvement where he can stamp and approve the plans and resubmit them to DEQ as they were designed, as they were built, assuring that they were built as designed. So we did an estimate of what it would cost to have essentially a full-time inspector, at least during the critical inspection period, and that came out to $60,700. That's an estimate. We'll have to pay BOLI, Bureau of Labor and Industry fees, $1,138. And we have a new transformer that we'll need to install from Pacific Power, and it's estimated at $5,500. So that all total to complete is $1,255,562.57.
That's the
This year.
estimated total cost. It could be a little higher, it could be lower, but probably it's going to be a shade higher.
Well, that includes a $50,000 contingency. So I'm hoping that's the highest number we'll see.
It was just a question. I've
Yeah.
always kind of muddled through those charts and wondered exactly how we get where we are and which figure is the one I'm actually wanting to look at.
We tried to take some of the uncertainty out of this project from what was in it originally when a private company had it. And that was to include geotech testing because this is in a wet area.
Yeah.
And we had borings done, I believe, on that, and that information was furnished to the prospective bidders. So that would be the biggest single risk that would come up later, that change of conditions. So we've accurately depicted the conditions to the best of our knowledge. We shouldn't be seeing many change orders. I can't promise that.
Yeah, fine. I just was trying to get an explanation.
Any other questions, or? Mr. Noriakis, excuse me, Mr. Noriakis.
Who are the members of the local contract review board?
It's the city council.
Okay, thank you.
Stephanie, marine industrial construction, where are they located?
Darn it.
They're in Washington State, aren't they?
They're in Salem.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, I think they're an Oregon company.
Well, I know K&E, and then the
Right,
Fowler. I was curious
Fowler's local.
both these.
No, they are from, I believe they're from Oregon.
Okay.
They have been focused on, obviously, marine projects, and they've recently expanded in the last few years, actually, into pump stations. Darn it, I'm sorry, I don't have their address with me, but...
And do you know of the Fowler group, the other bidder, where they're from?
They're from Salem, yeah,
Okay.
area.
Okay.
And they've been on a lot of our projects.
Oh.
They're very well-known, and we see them bid a lot.
And
Yeah, and
K&E, who's
K&E.
doing the Nell Scott Gap road construction, and so they must have a division that do this as well.
Correct, yeah.
So, is that a tight bid when you have three? Where the discrepancy between the three, would that be considered tight?
I would consider these, yes, this is a tight bid. And three in this type of work is not a bad number. I mean, it's the least you want, really, but three's pretty comfortable with us,
Okay.
you know.
Well, the three, but the range, I guess I was referring to, is it a tight range, or?
Yes, I would say that range is tight, especially from the first and second bidder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tight bid. There's nothing that wasn't well understood, I don't believe.
Just a formality for me, Mr. Chairman. I notice we have this, and we have a resolution where Urban Renewal would authorize the acceptance of the bid, right? That'd be our next work on this.
Don't we just recommend it to the council?
Well, that's my question, because I see it over on City Council.
Right.
And so I'm trying to figure out
We put it on both agendas
and why is that?
because the city council is the local contract review board. The local contract review board, the city council is the local contract review board for the Urban Renewal Agency. So, but you guys have the Urban Renewal Agency has a funding aspect of this, the council has the local contract review board aspect of it. In abundance of caution, put it on both agendas.
I'll accept that.
I should note on this issue that council and the Urban Renewal Agency itself have not yet decided on whether to seek cost recovery on hookups that will reimburse all or part of this. My recommendation has been and will continue to be, unless something new comes out, is that we not do that we not seek reimbursement. But this would affect Lincoln Palisades, it affects the villages, it affects other property. We could seek recovery of this either as development starts on any one of these projects or on a unit-by-unit basis. I think it's an investment that we're making for economic development, which is right up the alley of what Urban Renewal does. And I think now that we see some numbers, it makes some sense that Urban Renewal is stepping into this, because what developer is going to come to Lincoln City and, in order to pull the first building permit, pay $1.3 million or $1.2 million, whatever it is, just to have the right to issue the first building permit? without all the other SDCs and other charges and transportation charges and everything else. So this can clear the way for development in the north area of Lincoln City. And that's what this is all about. But we will come back to you and come back to council at some future time to make a factual determination of that.
Good points.
Any other questions?
Just the principal place of business was Vancouver, Washington. They also appear to be located in Wilsonville, so.
Yes. Oh.
Good job.
Any other questions or discussion? I have one question, and that is, did you get the names of any other cities that may have hired marine construction?
We did. We got their, we did their last pump station reference. Clackamas County Station. They just got done with that one, which was similar size. And so they gave us a list of their projects, Port of Portland, Clackamas County, City of Westland, Corps of Engineers, Port of Vancouver. So they had some substantial experience.
Did you talk to any of those to see whether they were satisfied?
No, we did not check the references of the owners of the projects, no.
Okay.
We didn't.
All right, any other questions or discussion? I would entertain a motion to forward this on to...
Wasn't that really the resolution?
We need to... Oh, that's
The
right.
resolution does
That's
that.
right, we're just going to go ahead and do it, the resolution here shortly. Okay, if there's nothing else,
Okay, thank you.
thank you very much. We'll go on to the public hearing item on the agenda. We don't have any public hearings, so we're on to resolutions. This is a resolution of the Urban Renewal Agency of Lincoln City approving and concurring with an award of bid by the Local Contract Review Board for the agency to Marine Industrial Construction, LLC, for the West Devils Lake Road Pump Station resolution of an Urban Renewal Agency of Lincoln City approving an award of bid from Marine Industrial Construction, LLC, for the West Devils Lake Road Pump Station.
Mr. Chair, I would move that we adopt resolution number UR 2014-09.
Seconded.
Any discussion? Let's have a roll call, please.
Sprague,
Yes.
Norikis,
Yes.
Quant,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
and Eggleton.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. The last item on the agenda before saying adjourning is agency comments. Anybody have comments for the good of the order? Hearing none, we are adjourned.